Now I'm going to talk about the improvisation assignment that is coming up. This assignment is really just another application of playing chordal shifts and chord progressions, and you've already been practicing doing that for quite a while, so this should be, at least that component of this exercise shouldn't be that difficult for you. But the difficulty lies in other challenges, such as improvising a melody and coordinating your hands. So I'm going to walk you through the page on Innovative Piano. And what you're going to see, of course, as always, on the left side of the page are the instructions. And you're going to read them, of course. I'm not going to read them to you, but you can read them yourselves. And we have 5 different progressions to choose from, but you are only going to be choosing from 2, 3, or 4. Only choose from 2, 3, or 4. Okay, if you keep scrolling down, you'll see a written out version of what the waltz accompaniment patterns look like. And in case you're not familiar with the sound of that, they sound like this. Sometimes we call this an pa bass. That's the version with the 5-6-3. Here's the version with the 5-6-5. So this is the bar in question that changes. So on these examples, the 7 is in parenthesis. That means you can choose to play either the 5-6-3 version or the 5-6-5 version. I don't care, except I will tell you that the 5-6-5 version is probably easier to play. So why not? All right, on the right side of the page are audio tracks that you need to use to practice creating a melody so that you can make sure your melody sounds good with your chord progression. So if we're looking at the number 2, here is your chord progression right here. Here's your designated rhythm. Here is your audio track. So one thing you want to do is just listen to it and see if you can imagine yourself playing this rhythm to something that's going to sound good with this. And of course there's a repeat sign, so you have to play it twice, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit more about working with that melody and working with that audio track on your melody in just a minute. I want to show you everything that's on the page so you know what to look for. This progressions document just is a PDF version of what you see on this page. It's a nice layout in case you want to look at something that's a little bit bigger or if you want to print it out. You also have your worksheet. You're going to need that for this assignment because you're going to be required to write certain things out and upload them to Moodle for us to grade. There are 2 different examples, one where you just have to write the chord and one where you write the waltz accompaniment. Okay, I want to tell you a little bit more. I think I did that out of order. I should have showed you the practice tips document first. The practice tips document is how this assignment's going to go down. The practice tip document has 3 large Roman numeral sections. The first one is called Practice Creating a Melody. It tells you what to do, how to use those audio tracks, and also it's going to show you these steps. You're going to be doing this for your first assignment, and you're going to be uploading step 4, where you're using the audio file and you're improvising just a melody with your right hand over that audio track. So that's this week's assignment. Number 2 is practicing the left-hand waltz pattern. You have to use the worksheet. You'll be asked to write out your rhythm for whatever your progression that you the designated rhythm for the progression that you chose. You'll be asked to write out your left-hand chord progression, and you'll be asked to tap the rhythm out while you play the left hand. Later on, you'll be writing the left hand out in the waltz bass style and tapping. The third part is coordinating both parts. So you already kind of coordinated when you were tapping, but in this particular section of the assignment, you're going to be playing both parts. So you don't need to write out your melody. In fact, I don't want you to write out your melody. This was just sort of an example of how your melody would work. It's that rhythm, these notes, how your melody works with those chords. It's just a demonstration. Please don't write out your melody. That is not improvising. And this is all about how to coordinate your hands. There's a good bit written about that. General practice tips, of course, as you know, always play in time with good flow and continuity. So that document is essential. We'll be working with it. Of course, the worksheet is essential for you to hand in your assignments. Finally, under resources, there are 3 little short very short videos that demonstrate me working out some of those practice tips. So if you go to the Waltz in G minor, you'll see let me play a little of it for you so you can see what you're going to see. Okay, so you see, here's the one I've picked out, and you'll see me trying different things that are in the practice tips. So this is going to be maybe one of the most useful resources for this assignment, all right? So those are here all in the resources tab.